All right, a Toyota dealer in California is refusing to sell certain models of the popular Toyota Prius over a potential safety issue. The automaker began voluntarily recalling hundreds of thousands of Prius Hybrids in 2014 and 2015 because some cars would lose power while being driven. Now, it affects vehicles from model years 2010 to 2014. Toyota says it issued an effective remedy, but one dealership is suing, saying it doesn't fix the problem. The automaker says the lawsuit is not about a safety problem and is instead about bad blood. Kris Van Cleave in Washington shows us the escalating feud. Kris, good morning.
Good morning. These voluntary recalls dealt with a component known as the inverter right here in the engine. Now, several years later, car dealer Roger Hogan says he sees a steady stream of these hybrids coming into his dealerships with an issue he believes the recall should have fixed.
The experience was terrifying.
Kathleen Ryan says she was in the fast lane on this busy Los Angeles freeway in January when something went wrong in her 2010 Toyota Prius Hybrid.
It felt like someone pulled the emergency brake. I mean, I couldn't believe what was happening. And you step on the accelerator and nothing happened.
A Toyota mechanic traced the problem to the car's inverter, which controls the transfer of electricity between the battery and the Prius's two electric motors. In 2014, Ryan's Prius was among roughly 800,000 voluntarily recalled because a circuit in the inverter could overheat and fail, potentially causing the vehicle to lose propulsion. Repair documents show she got the software fix offered by Toyota that added a fail-safe mode intended to keep the car running at a reduced speed long enough for a driver to safely get off the road.
You won't sell any of these cars?
These are no sale. These are locked up, keys are pulled, in the computer. Do not sell these cars.
Roger Hogan owns two Southern California Toyota dealerships. He says after seeing more than 100 of the sedans come in with failed inverters that had previously received the recall fix, he stopped selling many used Priuses, which were among his best sellers.
A recall is supposed to prevent the incident from happening. It's not supposed to be you fix it after you've experienced the horrific event. You're supposed to prevent that event from ever occurring. Why should you be allowed to put someone's life in danger?
Do you feel like Toyota is putting people's lives in danger?
Absolutely.
Hogan will still take Priuses as trade-ins, but if it's a 2010 to 2015, they're going to end up here on the roof. There are about 50 of them parked. He estimates having $1 million parked in Priuses he will not sell. In the 40 years you've been in the car business, how often have you unilaterally done a stop sale on a type of car?
I've never done anything like this. I've never felt I had the need to do anything like this.
In October, a Toyota vice president wrote to Hogan, when implemented, the software change lessens the likelihood of a failure. And once in fail-safe mode, the vehicle can be safely driven for some time. But in December, Hogan petitioned federal regulators to investigate the recall fix for not addressing the inverter failures directly, writing, "There are lives needlessly at risk."
Something caused these holes. And if
metal screws inside this inverter, Hogan showed us, melted, and something pierced the aluminum cover. It came out of Martha Anderson's 2012 Prius. The engine component got the recall repair prior to failing late last year on this busy road with a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit.
It slowed down to the point that I was barely going, and fortunately there wasn't a lot of traffic on there. I'm thankful that I wasn't on the freeway.
If you hit the gas, did anything happen?
No, it didn't.
Hogan is also suing Toyota for $100 million. His suit alleges breach of contract and fraud, arguing the automaker's remedy did not fix the safety defect. According to the complaint, the software fix costs about $80 a car. To replace the inverter can cost up to $3,000 each. The company changed the inverter design in late 2014. Hogan's suit also claims Toyota is trying to block him from handing over his dealerships to his sons. But Toyota says there is not a safety issue here, and Hogan's claims are without merit. The company has confidence its remedy is effective, and the recall's addition of a fail-safe mode was implemented to enhance vehicle safety. Instead, Toyota argues the timing of the lawsuit and Hogan's claims are motivated primarily by a separate dispute he has with Toyota over management and succession issues involving his dealership, not the effectiveness of the Prius inverter recall.
I say that's what juries are for. I don't want to be presumptuous. I don't want to prejudge a case. I don't want to argue my case in the media. I want to try it in court, and I look forward to it very much.
There are going to be people who see this and say, this is about promoting a lawsuit, that you have a grudge against Toyota. that it's not, this isn't really about the Prius.
My real grudge with Toyota has always been their lack of commitment to customer safety. That's what started this problem. I didn't create the 100 failures at my 2 stores. I didn't manufacture those cars and then issue a recall that doesn't work. Toyota did.
Ryan is still driving her Prius, but now with a new inverter.
I really appreciate the opportunity to share this story because people who have these Priuses who have had them recalled and assume that everything is okay, this could happen to them.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration tells CBS This Morning it is monitoring its complaints and will take action as needed. Toyota insists that the vehicles are safe and says it too is monitoring the issue. Gayle?
All right, thank you, Kris.